So I'm going to go over this with you. At this point, you should have answered questions 1 through 9 in your notebook, and now you need to follow along and make sure that what you wrote matches up, okay, and make corrections as you need. So we want to analyze Ms. Seymour's table. Remember Ms. Seymour's data table about the favorite meals? Okay, so the question is, can you summarize her findings just by looking at her data table? Why or why not? So I'm looking at her data table, and I'm finding it very difficult to summarize anything. We've got some kids that are 9th graders, some kids that are 10th graders. Some of them like pizza, some of them like salad bar, some of them like chicken nuggets, burgers. But I'm not making any sense of this because it's all scattered all over. It's not in any kind of order. It doesn't really help me figure it out. So I'm saying, no, I can't really summarize just by looking at our data table because it's not very well organized, right? So you should have something written there. Maybe you think, yes, you can, because you can just count up how many pizzas, or you can count up. And that's fine if that's what you wrote. I personally think that it's hard to summarize because it's not very well organized. Here, B, identify the variables of the data from Ms. Seymour's survey. Are the variables in the table numerical? So variables are just the things that are changing. Again, what's changing here? The grade level and the favorite meal. So the variables are grade level and favorite meal. And are the variables in the table numerical? Well, this one, yes, it's numerical. But this one's not. Okay, and you have to explain your reasoning. You have to say, well, this one, there's a number response. You ask for a number, and when you ask what's the grade level, you get a number back. But here, when you ask what's the favorite meal, you don't get a number back. So that's the explain your reasoning. So that should be written in there somewhere, whatever it is you had. So when the answer is no, when you're not getting a number back for your answer, what you're dealing with is called categorical data. Okay, so we are now talking about how to handle categorical data. So here they're going to ask us more questions. Identify the groups for the variable grade level, and then how many groups are there for this variable. So notice they're telling you one of the variables is grade level, and you should have identified that already. So what are the two groups for the grade level? The two groups are 9 and 10. How many groups are there? There are 2 groups. Right? One category is 9, the other category is 10. Now identify the groups for the variable favorite meal. How many groups are there for that? Well, let's look back. You could have said salad bar, burgers, pizza, chicken nuggets. Is that everything? I'm not missing anything, right? Okay, so salad bar, pizza, chicken nuggets, burger. So how many groups are there? There are 4 groups for that variable. 4 says create a two-way frequency table of the group. So now we're getting around to organizing it, right? Enter the name of each group. So favorite meals, we've got chicken nuggets, we've got burgers, we've got salad bar, and we've got pizza, right? And grade level, 9 and 10. Now we need to record the favorite meal for each student in the appropriate row using tally marks. Pretty easy, right? So every time I look at this chart and I see a 9th grader in a salad bar, I'm going to put a tally mark in the 9th grade salad bar category, right? And then I see a 10th grader eating a burger, tally mark, right? So let's kind of organize this. So we've got a 10th grader eating pizza, tally mark. We've got a 10th grader eating chicken nuggets, another 10th grader eating chicken nuggets, 9th grader eating a burger, 10th grader eating a salad bar, 9 salad bar, 10 chicken nugget, 9 burger, 10 pizza, 9 salad bar, 9 burger, 10 burger, 9 chicken nugget, 9 salad bar, 10 chicken nugget, another 10 chicken nugget, 10 salad bar, 10 burger, 10 salad bar, 9 burger, 9 pizza, 10 chicken nugget, 10 salad bar, 9 salad bar, 10 pizza, 9 pizza. Oops, I did that backwards. So 10 pizza, 9 pizza, 10 chicken nugget, 9 pizza. Now notice I made a mistake there somewhere. I mixed them up a little bit. So that's the big problem with this process, is if you're not careful, it's easy to mix up. So you've got to be careful. Taking and collecting and organizing data can get really boring. And when you get bored, it's easy to make mistakes because you're not paying attention. So hopefully I didn't miss anything. Your tally mark should look something like this. Now it's organized though. Now I can make some ideas, some observations. What observations can I make from the data about the students' favorite meals? Now you could have written lots of things here, but I'm going to definitely say, well, the category with the most are 10th graders who like chicken nuggets, right? And that's definitely the biggest group for the 10th graders. But I also noticed that for 9th graders, chicken nuggets was the least favorite meal. And that for 9th graders, the salad bar was the most favorite meal, right? So this is helpful that even though the biggest group was 10th graders who like chicken nuggets, if you want to make 9th graders happy too, you better not get rid of your salad bar, right? Whereas like getting rid of pizza, you know, neither group is super passionate about pizza. So if you had to get rid of something, you might want to get rid of pizza. So there's lots of different observations you can make. Those are just some of them. Okay, so this talks about you created a frequency distribution. It's known as joint frequency. So those are vocabulary words that are important. And then you have problem number 6. Use the data from your frequency distribution to determine the total number of 9th graders and 10th graders and the total number of frequencies. So we made tally marks. Now let's just make it official. For a burger, there were 4 9th graders. For chicken nuggets, there was 1. For salad bar, there was 5. And for pizza, there was 3. And for 10th graders, there was 3 pizzas. There was 4 salad bars. There were 3 burgers. And there were 7 chicken nuggets. So that means all in all, there are 13 9th graders that were surveyed. And there were 17 10th graders surveyed. And the total for burgers is 7, for chicken nuggets 8, for pizza is 6, and for the salad bar is 9. The total of everybody that was surveyed is 30, right? And they should add up. This column should add up the same as this column because this right here is the total people who were asked, right? So the total people who were asked should be the same. All right. So this is called a frequency marginal distribution, right? It displays the totals for each group. So now we're going to analyze the frequency marginal distribution. How many 9th graders participated in the survey? 13, right? How many students prefer burgers? 7. How many students prefer chicken nuggets? 8. How many 10th graders participated in the survey? Total 10th graders was 17. How many students preferred salad bar? 9, right? What do you notice about the total number of students who prefer burgers, chicken nuggets, pizza, and salad bar and the total number of 9th and 10th graders? We just talked about that, right? Can you use this observation to determine if you correctly determined the frequency? Yes. So you notice that the total of 9th and 10th graders is 30, and the total favorite meals is 30. Excuse me. You can total both of them. And yeah, you can use that to check your work. If you did all the addition correctly, this should be the same adding down as over. So you need to write something along those lines right there. And then the last question, use the frequency marginal distribution to ask these questions. Which meal is the least favorite of all students? So of all students, the least favorite, we need to look down in this row. The least favorite of all is pizza. Which meal is the least favorite of ninth graders alone? Well, if it's just ninth graders, then we're looking at chicken nuggets, right? Which meal is the most favorite of all students? Most favorite of all students, salad bar. Which meal is the most favorite of 10th graders? So 10th graders, just 10th graders, chicken nuggets. So do you see how many different questions we're able to answer because we organized our information into this frequency marginal distribution? These kinds of questions would have been hard to answer if we'd just been looking at the raw data from the survey. So it's important to be able to come up with those frequency marginal distributions because it organizes it in a way that makes these questions easy to answer. Make sure that you have this correctly in your notebook so for the next notebook check.